Bobi Wine's wife was in hospital. As you can see there, the headlines. I'm using this feature for Chrome where you can split two tabs in the same screen so that you can talk about them, at the same time. So there's a video from Africa News that she's going to talk about what happened, and then there's now so she's claimed they strangled her. So Bobi Wine's wife hospitalized after brutal military home invasion. This is normal for Uganda and many other African countries. The incumbents, especially who have all extreme power like Museveni, will always sit on the opposition. But a lot of the times, the opposition also doesn't carry themselves with a lot of guile. So they are exposed to, they do, if you do subversive things and this guy is like that and you're being egged on by your NGO colleagues and activists, those are not people, those are not the people, like those are manufactured community. The leaders are the people, what people vote for. An activist you don't vote for. So it's just people who are funded and come do ABCD. Then it doesn't work, because during elections you are shocked that, oh my goodness, this dictator still has support. Of course they do have support. There are people who like them. It's a bit, the thing is, the activists try to carry themselves as the better options, but really without the consent of people, because you have to go to the people and ask them for permission. Now, what do they say here? I saw Uganda opposition leader Bobi Wine said on Saturday his wife had been taken to hospital after soldiers invaded his residence, partially undressed, and choked her. Okay, what's in these cops? Wine, a pop star turned politician, was not at the property and is in hiding after he escaped a previous raid on his home last week, hours before he was announced as the runner-up in the January 15th presidential election. I thought he had said, okay, we are not going to be following through. But I think those things of you protest peacefully. He doesn't. Museveni didn't want any protests, my friend. You see, he knows that it will be like Gen Z over here where it can get out of hand. He knows there's a lot of money. Oh my God, it's sweaty. It's hot. He knows there's a lot of money that's to be made from these activisms. He knows a lot of money can be poured and people can go on the street, and that's how a lot of these dictators are brought down. By the way, it's the NGO action, the activists, nini, foreigners, kidogo, out. But so Nani is aware of that. So let's listen to what the honorable's wife was saying as far as this was going. This is from African News. All right.
The wife of Ugandan opposition leader Bobi Wine has been speaking to journalists from her hospital bed in Kampala after soldiers came to her home looking for her husband. Barbara Itungu Kiagulanyi said she was held at gunpoint and strangled during the raid.
Okay, just give me a second. Oh my goodness. Wow. I don't know, it's because actually I've come from the gym, I've showered, yes, but I don't know, the body is still boiling. The body is still boiling, I'm telling you. You have to burn this fat before we are too ancient to do anything. I mean, I'm so scared. I was decided getting a pot belly, but now it's going very fast. I am very determined. Let me just wipe this side. I'm going to look like a street urchin here who's chasing somebody. Oh, all right, let's go. So
that same man held me by my hair, lifted me up. We have poles in the sitting room, and hit my head on the pole and slit my mouth. So when he hit me, he pulled me down and sat me down. Then he pushed my head and I went down, and they sat on me. I could feel 4 bodies seated on me. Then he said, will you give me the password? I said again in Unyankore, you have already done enough. You are not getting the password.
Bobi Wine went into hiding after last week's presidential election. Yoweri Museveni won a 7th term in office a result Wine denounced as blatant theft.
Let me ask you, would Museveni not know where Bobi Wine is? I'm curious, like right now where he is. The reason I ask this is because I don't take a lot of stuff that's out here on face value because a lot of people lie and manipulate, especially the activist types. For me, I know people want me to lean one way or another, but I am tired I have lived long enough and seen the manipulations from all sides. I can see your con coming a mile off. So I am not really interested so much in taking a side as much as just saying what I think and just, trying to interpret what people are saying. That's really just trying to use my knowledge and whatever it is that I have studied and read or whatever evidence I have. So that's what I'm trying to do. Now, the thing is, saying we want a password, so there are things they want, whatever. So whatever the case, do you think that he doesn't know where he is? I doubt. I highly doubt it, unless he's in a place where Museveni can't go, like say U.S. embassy. Do they have U.S. embassy in Uganda? They are one of those embassies. He can't go. Or he's already been told, "Where don't touch that young man." I'm sure by now, if he wanted to, he would have already taken him out. We know these people, but I think there's a bigger hand behind Bobi Wine. That's the hand I want to know. Exactly who and why. So, a point is why, like he keeps hiding. He doesn't seem to be fighting the election results. But I think the protests are, just go and show your discomfort. Like, I don't know, like, why would you go and risk your life in the streets for that? Okay, the thing is, most people don't know that most of these protests are already paid for. They already everything to get to people to that spot. It's not even your own. They're taking advantage of a situation. Maybe you're poor, the government is corrupt, but they're trying to use your anger for their own biddings to continue making money while you suffer. That's everywhere. It's not just Uganda. But so you have to be careful of everyone who comes claiming to be your savior, who has been getting a lot of money from people but is not investing with you. The first thing of in my opinion, the first thing that you should look at a leader at is what have they built? What have they built? Have the people received jobs? Do they have higher education? Do they have access to capital? Things like that, Because a lot of these leaders just want to give you a handout so that you can be wishing on them. Anyway, that's Africa. It's so frustrating, but, if you are used to handouts, these guys will just improve issue till the point where they're coming for the votes. They give you something, then they disappear. Then you have to change.
Museveni's son, who heads the country's army, has vowed to hunt down Wine and kill him.
One of the main reasons was to look for my husband because his phone has been home. I switched it on yesterday because there is a password I was looking for. And then that was like at around 3. So I think they got a signal of his phone and then they were sure he was home. But he had left his phone behind.
Wine's lawyer has called on the international community to demand immediate, verifiable guarantees of Wine's safety and ensure that he can return to his family without harm.
They came to terrorize me, to put me in this situation so that wherever my husband is, he can come out. I want to encourage him to stay wherever he is. I am okay. I can take care of myself. And the other thing, they came to steal our property because
it's police, of course. Every time they come, they steal. They want to see is there some jewels, especially I'm sure like in his home, I'm sure there's some gold chain there, something, watches, some cash. My friends, the police are horrible people many times. But the weird thing about that, if they are not there, then you realize your neighbor is a bigger animal. It's the threat of the violence of the state that keeps a lot of people in line. I'm telling you.
They stole everything valuable that we have. Life wasn't long.
Observers
I think. No. I don't know if it's here.
said the election was marred by an internet shutdown lasting days and the repression of the opposition. UN Chief Antonio Guterres has said he's following the situation with concern.
This is the thing. this situation, especially for Bobi Wine, I was saying the other video say that maybe can try a few times. This is the the price you have to pay the piper in African politics. There's too much corruption. We let too many things go to the dogs, literally. So a lot of these politicians are not supposed to be there, but we let it happen. So what has come out of that is we are not able to trust anyone to run affairs because everyone is manipulative, everyone is lying, the opposition, the government people as usual, police, what. So it's up to you. Like, personally, my thing going forward is that I have to make all efforts to make sure I have my own capital, that I don't need government or the other subsidiary people for. Like, just make money, save, build a product, continue. By the way, the movie Book of Ka, I'll leave a link down below. Mutajua. That's basically what we have to do. As many of us who can just go independent, take some suffering, build something. We are who this continent, my friend, is hoping for. These politicians, they'll do deals with their foreign friends and their cronies here, and they'll continue eating. They are looking after 2-3 generations that my name will be, even my son will be president, a la Kenyatta. And all this, we've seen so many of that. They want to be close to the power, minister, whatnot. So I hope you people understand that by your on your own. Yes, don't listen to these Bobi Wines, the activists. Even them, they're making money. You, as a citizen, you must start making very, very different decisions other than you are. But you're not gonna do that yet. Yeah, probably 1 or 2 generations down the line. History is not ended.